Good morning. Good morning. So good. Love you in this place. Thank you for coming to share your practice with me on this wonderful Sunday vibe message. And this is Dr. Traci K, and I want to get started by the Sunday vibe message. And so please take and relax and be seated to listen. And my message today is, it's coming through me, is I want to encourage you all today to have fillers. And what I mean by a filler is I want you to be filling up someone who is willing. You're going to be a filler today. This is the message. Be a filler. I want you to fill it up, fill your, like, get a bucket or get a big bucket. Bucket will be great. You're going to fill it up with deposits. Like when you get home at night and you take your change out of your purse or your pocket and you fill that up, that bucket you've got or that jar you've got, and that's your future you want to save, for a rainy day or whatever. Well, that's what I want you to do with this is going to be your spiritual bucket. Your spiritual bucket is you're going to start filling up that spiritual bucket. What I mean by that, you're going to you're going to deposit stuff in there. You're going to deposit it with positive deposits. Yeah, that's a great idea, don't you think, for today? You're going to fill it up with positive deposits. A life of deposits of just putting words in there. Like I mean, this is what something that I love to do. This is something I'm going to give you an idea. If you ever get Chinese food and they give you those fortune cookies and they've got little messages in them and they can teach you Chinese too, and they also give you lucky numbers if you do that kind of thing for lotteries or whatever. And so I like to take the messages, the little sheets of paper, and I find my little cookie jar, or mine has apples, which apples is about abundance. Apples is about fruitation. So I have it painted abundance of fruitation on the side, and I put the little messages from these fortune cookies that I've collected throughout the years in this little jar. And it's not even full yet, but it's not even halfway. I don't think I'm getting close. Those are like little positive messages, little messages. And so when I need like encouragement, or I just want to, or I'm stuck and I can't feel the vibration go through, or any good message, I put my hand in this little cookie jar, but it's my fruitation jar. It's my little fruitation jar, little abundance jar. And I put my hand in there and I pick out one of those little fortune slips and I read it. What's my message today? And if I want to, I'll pick out a couple, if I need more positive message. And this is what I want you to be. I want you to do that. But I also want you to be someone who is willing to take and give those positive deposits into like bucket dipper. So what the bucket dipper? It's someone who dips out of the emotional bank of others with his harsh words and these criticisms. Someone who dips out of your life, of your people, like some people call you energy vampires or energy suckers or narcissistic, whatever you want to call it. They're depleting their own bucket. And instead of filling up other people's buckets, they want to dip into other people's little cookie jar type of deal, or abundance jar, as you call it. So, and this is where I want you to come to understand that, people have to learn how to stop doing that. You need to stop dipping into other people, or trying to. You need to protect your bucket, so to speak, or protect your cookie jar, protect your abundance jar, whatever you want to call it. You name it. your choice. But since I have a little cookie jar, I'm gonna call it cookie jar. But you call it a bucket, whatever you want to do. So you want to protect that, but you want to fill it up. So if you can't make your own little slips or whatever, words are very wonderful, powerful, and this is what if you, I want you to be a cookie jar filler, a fortune filler, a fortune jar filler, a cookie jar filler, whatever I want you to do that today. Get these little, get your cookie fortunes, put them in there, and slips of paper, or make your own slips of paper, write little messages, and fill your cookie jar up, your cookie jar, your fortune jar. And um, you're going to fill these up with basic positive messages that we have tremendous power and influence with our words. And listen to what it says. I think in one of the chapters of the book, I think it's Ephesians, I think it is. If you're going to use Christianity in this, Ephesians has a message, I think, in that. I don't remember what chapter. Um, might be chapter 4, I think. But it says in there that let no unwholesome talk come out of your mouth, but only what is helpful for building others up, for benefiting the hearer, for extending grace to those who other people, for building people up. Yes, we see it so good. It is up to us it starts with us. We need to be builders, not tear downs. We can be one to turn around things in the world. We don't have to go with the flow, but we can swim upstream because we have our higher power inside of us. Right? Here, so good. Well, we have to make a decision that we're going to be builders, not destroyers. Not only build people with our words, but the best and bring it out of them. But do you know that words can literally be the glue that hold our relationships together? It can literally bind us together when we speak positive, spiritual filled words over one another, when we're willing to pick out the good and not see the bad. And this is even behind their backs, not just to their face, but also to other people, to other family members, to other friends, building people up instead of tearing them down. This includes your social media, being silent, not clicking that like button when they've got a positive message or they're sharing something that's good in their life on their social media or their business, uh, whatever it is. A lot of people like, oh my goodness, if you think about this, how many times have you guys know that like on people when you buy something from like Amazon and these you get your product and these people company like boom, they're right on you like please give us those 5 stars. Give me some 5 stars. Fill my bucket up with 5 stars and great review, and I'll give you a blessing. And usually the blessings are, my goodness, I've done that, and they've given me free products, and they've given me um, points toward free stuff that I can get without having to pay anything. Or I've even got gift cards, even Amazon gift cards. This is stuff that's just great. This is including, um, when they offer free samples, but they're out of free samples. Doesn't mean you don't want to, or if you buy, I mean, I love this where one of the things totally try to tell people, and I'm still waiting to see people more do, when you have these giving types of things for fundraising but it just people are like, well, what am I going to get out of it, right? What am I going to get out of it? See, that's not a bucket. That's not a cookie jar filler. That's not a fortune filler. That's not a 5 star. You know, it's not a VIP. You know, you want to be able to give without expecting anything in return. But there's a lot of ways that you can give that you don't realize that you're going to get something back in return you don't even realize. You know, and it's about saying positive things to people, giving them um, little cards saying thank you. If you do something, I mean, and it's so great because when I mean, this is true people. They're like, well, I don't expect a return. I wanted to help this person, or I wanted to help make sure this animal got a new home, or I wanted to lift somebody up today. You know, it's not just you're lifting them up, you're lifting yourself up too. You're being a builder. And, you know, that's what it takes. It takes people to build instead of bringing people down, you know. This includes your family. A lot of people I've seen where, you know, they're so nice to other people on the outside, strangers, you know, they'll outside the family, they'll support them, they'll build them up or whatever, but then they'll tear their own family down and over this person who when this is their line into this person, and by tearing themselves down to build this whatever up, it's tearing themselves down completely. It's not right. You should always if anything, if you're family, you should it's a vibration. When you build your family up, your line builds up and builds and builds. It could change your actual DNA code. It could take your family to new heights of being VIP royalty, better in the next generation. Sometimes even tearing down, you could lose that generation or it could be just extinct. You don't want that. You want even though these are outside people, maybe they're part of your life, doesn't mean they have the right to force you to tear down your family members, to separate from them. That's not right. That's not a good person. That's a bad vibe. That's a bad influence in your Christianity book. That could be the devil working through them, if that's what you want to call it, Satan or whatever. These are vampire energy suckers, or they're just like I say, they're bucket, they're cookie jar dippers, cookie stars, they're cookie thieves, or they're bucket dippers, whatever you want to call it. That's what you need to see. See, it's easy to see what's wrong in things, but it takes a builder to see what's right. It takes a builder to know architectural how to fix things. You are a builder today, right? Let me hear it. So good. You're a builder. I want to encourage you with this message because too often we are unconsciously about literally what we are doing and going throughout the day. And I want us to all go out here saying, I am a builder. I am a bucket filler. I'm a cookie jar filler. I'm not a cookie thief. I'm not a fortune stealer. I'm going to go back to me and just think for example, you know, people that have been married for years, you know, you've learned it's really hard. You take advantage of those people when your family, like I said, your family, say you're in a marriage, say you're in a relationship or you're living with a relationship, and you've learned that it takes a lot of energy to build. It really does. We learned a lot about extending grace. You got to learn a lot about it to one another through words. See, when you're with somebody for a long time or you're with your family, you know how to give each other great grace, I say. You have to use your words to do it. You see, we realize really a good relationship is built on what you're willing to give more than what you're willing to receive. We all want to be loved. We all want that other person to show us kindness. But to get that kindness, we have to be willing to give because really what you give is really what's going to come back to you three times fold. Yes, it's karma. Are you just looking for someone to give you something on relationship? I'm telling you, this is the principle that as we willing to understand, I believe things will change in our life when we understand that being willing to extend your grace, extend your positive vibration, soften your voice. Men, this includes you. We all can be builders. We, you know, when we were young, mom wanted to teach us everything. Great. Your teachers want to teach you. You always enjoy that golden, remember the golden rule? It's actually found in your Bible. I think it's under Matthew. It says, in everything you do, do unto others what you would have done. You know, say, you know, not the other way. I know you guys are thinking, do unto others what they've done to me. No, no, no. It's do unto others what you would have them do unto you. You know that, right? When you buy a t-shirt, you're going to buy something, an outfit. You don't just run to the store. You shop online and you're blindly, whatever. You want to pay for it and get it, then you choose wisely, right? You don't just blindly choose something. You want to choose something that really fits your mood. You want something that is basically that's gonna make you feel good, make you feel right. You're not just gonna pick out something, right? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is the same way with people within your lives and or your businesses or your career. A lot of times, just for example, people are saying, well, go get a job. You know, what? Wait a minute. But see, this is what you got to understand. People are raised in education and skill. They have a talent. They can't just get a job. Maybe they have some areas that are coding them where they cannot do that type of job. It just wouldn't work. Why would you just want us to say, okay, well, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be a bucket dipper. So, like for example, when a politician, or something from a higher power gives you this wonderful free abundance. Like for example, when they give you these because it's not your fault. It's not your fault of your own. It's somebody else's fault that did this because they were bucket dipping. They put this thing upon us, and it's depleted us like you wouldn't believe. And so they want to. Somebody wants to be kind enough to fill that back up because it's putting back into the economy is the best thing. And when you fill people up and you're a builder, you know, then you're building things because you're improving your area, whether it's like your state. So when you have someone like a politician or something like that dipping back into what somebody filled you, well, that's not a good thing. That's terrible because you're taking away something of your own, and it's very bad and it's not good. And then here these people are, all you're doing is tearing your state down or you're tearing your country down. When taking that's stealing, that's wrong. That's going to come back on you three times fold, right? When you're building up somebody, when somebody's giving you this replenishment, it's just the natural order of things. But when you start taking and taking and taking and not replenishing, what's going to happen? It's going to tear things down. It's going to make it worse, and and if you're in a position of that where you're just doing this to millions or thousands of people, all you're doing is you're basically it's not going to look good for you. Basically, do you understand my point? So even if you can see it in the good book, the Christianity book, you can see it even in the Quran. I think the good one, not the bad people that study, but like look into your Buddhism and your Hinduism. Every one of them shows a message just like that. So it doesn't matter what religion you are or what your spiritual practices, even if you're just even a psychic, if you're a psychic, spiritually that's the right message. All the ones that go like three times three, right? Come back to me. I give what? Yes, you all know it. It's the order of things, the natural order of things. So that's just what I'm trying to tell you. This is the good message today. This is what will work for you. What will be the best for you? You take time and effort. You make sure that it's quality, right? You want to build that up. It encourages us. Take the same time to choose wisely with your words, wisely with your actions. You speak out of your mouth because the truth, we're going to see that the truth, we are going to be a product of what we say. You promise something, somebody, we are going to eat from that fruit of abundance. Or we're going to eat the cookie, right? Exactly. So good. Throw out the caution. Not thinking is going to affect us. But I can tell you this. What you say is going to affect you. Just a simple thing. Now, I have to admit, when I was a younger person, I mean, I didn't really weigh on my words. In fact, I kept silent all the time. My relationship was like, keep it in, don't speak it to him one day. And I just realized that, what I speak can really tear something down. And when you have that, you're going to be sorry. And I was sorry because you do that thing where it tears your whole life down, whether it could be your house, it's nothing building. So we don't understand. But if that's the way you were born and raised in, that's what you're used to, then you're not understanding that at the time. But as you get older and you become more enlightened, you understand, oh my gosh, I get it now. I get it in the program. But you know, can I tell you this? If you're not, I sit here and I remember my messages speaking in my heart. Yes, and I was like, it brought me somewhat to my tears. It's a serious matter. I'm so grateful that I took the time to understand what they were trying to explain to me. And I learned. You learn. It's not, it's just part of life. It's part of growing and it's part of building. You begin to think about grace. You think about extending basically, and that's part of being successful too. I wanted that same way. You should get that same way in a man. You want to be able to have that buoy, not to have a type of relationship that's going to constantly put you down or push you down in the water or smack you with the thing. You want the goodness. You want to bring out the good in people. That's what relationships are about too. You don't want to be in something that's going to tear you down because your bucket's going to be empty and it's going to be bye bye, right? You don't want that. You want to keep writing those checks, don't you? You want to keep building that relationship. You want to make it better for yourself. You've got to fill it up, not pulling things out of them. So I say today, I just want to encourage every one of us and every one of you out there. We can create life when we want to speak with words that we speak. Speak it with grace, speak it with kindness, speak it, walk the path. So good. Speak it so good. I think there was another disciple that I don't remember too much about this, but I think it was one of Jesus' disciples. He said, things, in fact, actually, if I remember correctly, it's almost like a pebble of things, he said. He felt like that, he was a follower and but yet he always said, you're a rock. You see things and personality, and I give that gift. And even after Jesus went, he actually continued on because he was built up by by the healer, and the walker, the spiritual walker. So it was like he was built up and he ended up receiving that powerful gift and had a solid foundation. He was able to pass that along and use that. And that's what I'm saying, and that's what's called being a builder. And I can tell you, if you extend that grace and kindness, positive deposits, and keep putting those in there, you're going to grow, you're going to become, you're going to process, you're going to be created, and they're going to have that inside you because that's what it's called. And this is what I'm saying. Choose your words wisely when you speak to your loved ones. Don't don't allow other people to separate you from them. Don't allow them to um, choose them over them, and take instead of be able to. I mean, the point is that person is not extending their grace, because if they love you they would love what's part of you, what came from you, and they wouldn't tear that down and take and separate that from you. They would want to build you up and help build that relationship because that makes them a better person. And long, if not, if they don't look at that, and they'll see, if they turn and look, things are starting to disappear in their life, things are starting to be gone in their life, destroyed in their life, and separate. That's what I'm trying to say, and that's the part of extending that grace, is what I'm saying. Be a, be a fortune jar filler. Don't be a cookie thief, be that 5 star, whatever. It is about, you'll see what I'm trying to explain to you because that comes back. It really does. So good. Yes, so good. How awesome is that? Oh, what a great message today. What a great message today. Oh, take a deep breath in. Feel the good positive vibes. I'm sending you one of my. I'm sending my grace to you guys. I hope you share this with everyone around you on social media and in your life. Blessed be. And I now would love for you to come put your hands together in front of your heart. And I want to thank you for coming to share this wonderful Sunday Vibe message and sharing your practice with me today. And I lift my hands up to my forehead, and I want you to go out and share and shine your light and your grace and be a cookie jar filler, be a 5-star, be a bucket filler, whatever you want to call it. And I bow to you. Now go claim it. Thank you. So good. Have a wonderful day.